Imam Mahdi, the leader of time.
Introduction. Hazrat Imam Mahdi Ajtf Sharif is the 12th and last of the chain of the purified Imams al-Islam and the divine successor. He was born at the time of dawn on Friday the 15th of Shaban 255 AH in the city of Samara. His respected father is Imam Hassan Askari al-Islam. His beloved mother is Janab Narjis Khatun. She was a descendant of the Caesar of Rome from her father's side, and from her mother's side she had descended from Shamun, the vicegerent of Hazrat Isa al-Islam. This exalted personality has the same name and kunyat agnonym as the Holy Prophet ﷺ. His titles are Mahdi, Hujjat, Qa'im, Muntazir, and Khalf al-Saleh. His most famous honorary cover is Al-Mahdi, Fajr Sharif. Introduction continued. The tyrant Abbasid rulers were aware of the prophecy of the Holy Prophet ﷺ that the son of Imam Hassan Askari by the name of Mahdi will appear to remove all kinds of corruption and tyranny. Hence they plan to eliminate the child when he is born. Due to this, the birth of Imam Mahdi Fajr Sharif was kept a secret like that of Hazrat Musa. So much so that except for that most trusted of the Shias and his own family, no one knew of the existence of Hazrat. In spite of this, whenever there was an opportunity, Imam Hassan Askari showed his son to his trustworthy followers that in future they may follow him. This was in order that the Shias may remain firm upon the right path and not be led astray.
Ghaibatul Sughra. There are two occultations for Qaim. One is short and the other prolonged. In this short occultation, only the special Shias will know of his whereabouts, and in the longer occultation, only his trustworthy servants will know where he is. According to the well-known report, the lesser occultation, Ghaibat al-Sughra, commenced from the year of his imamat in 260 AH and continued for 69 years. Some of the scholars like Sheikh Mufid and Sayyid Mohsin Amin Amili maintain that Ghaibat al-Sughra began right from the time of his birth. Because even in those early years, Hazrat was concealed from the common people. According to this method, the period of Ghaibat al-Sughra comes to 74 years. During the period of Ghaibat al-Sughra, Imam Mahdi himself appointed his deputies from among the righteous Shias. 4 of them succeeded each other and continued to fulfill the duty of intermediaries. These 4 personalities conveyed the questions and problems to Imam and brought back Imam's answers for the people. The first of these deputies was Janab Abu Amru Usman bin Sa'id Amri. Before this, he was a representative of Imam Hassan al-Askari.
Reasons for the occultation of Imam Mahdi Ajalallahu Ta'ala Farjahu Sharif. Test of the people. Imam al-Qasim alayhi salam said, "My son, when the 5th descendant of the 7th of the Imams is not visible to you, it is when Allah will test your belief. Ghaibat is inevitable for the master of this affair. Till the time when my religion is completely transformed and only a few people will have belief in him. My son, that Ghaibat, it is a trial through which Allah the Almighty tests his servants." 3. Weakness and lack of cooperation of the people. Imam Mahdi alayhi salam said, "If our Shias, may Allah help them in his obedience, would have fulfilled their covenant with united hearts, then there would have been no delay in our meeting, and they would have been blessed with our visitation at the earliest, along with the recognition of truth and confirmation of our rights."
The signs of the reappearance of the 12th Imam Ajalla Ta'ala Fajr Sharif. Traditions have been reported mentioning the signs of the time of the reappearance of the Imam who will arise Qaim, peace be upon him, and the events which will take place before his appearance, together with the indications and features of it. Among them are the Sufyani will come out in revolt, the Hassanid will be killed, the Abbasids will dispute over rulerly kingdom. There will be an eclipse of the sun in the middle of the month of Ramadan. There will be an eclipse of the moon at the end of that month. In contrast to ordinary happenings, the land will be swallowed up at Al-Bayda. It will be swallowed up in the east. It will be swallowed up in the west. The sun will stay still from the time of its decline to the middle of the time of the afternoon prayer. It will rise from the west. A pure soul, Nafs Zakiya, will be killed in the outskirts of Kufa, and 70 righteous men. A Hashemite will be slaughtered between the corner of the Kaaba and the station of Abraham, as Sayyid. The wall of the mosque of Kufa will be destroyed. Black standards will advance from Khorasan. Al-Yamani will come out in revolt. Al-Maghribi will appear in Egypt and take possession of it from Syria.
The signs of the reappearance of the 12th Imam. A little boy will be killed in the city of Medina by a ruthless man who will murder him brutally. He will be from Ahl al-Bidah, according to Al-Kafi, chapter 80. The Turks will occupy the region of Al-Jazeera. The Byzantines will occupy Ramla. The star will appear in the east, giving light just like the moon gives light. Then the new moon will bend until its two tips almost meet. A color will appear in the sky and spread to its horizons. A fire will appear for a long time in the east, remaining in the air for 3 to 7 days. The Arabs will throw off the reins and take possession of their land, throwing out the 4 and a 30. The people of Egypt will kill their ruler and destroy Syria, and the 3 standards will dispute over it. The standards of Qais and the Arabs will come among the people of Egypt. The standards of Akinda will go to Khorasan. Horses will come from the west until they are stabled in Al-Hira. The black standards will advance towards them in the east. The Euphrates will flood so that the water comes into the alleys of Kufa. 60 liars will come forward, all of them claiming prophethood, and 12 will come forward from the family of Abu Talib, all of them claiming the imamat. A man of important rank of the supporters of the Abbasids will be burnt between Jalula and Khanikain.
The signs of the reappearance of the 12th Imam Ajullah Ta'ala Farj Sharif continued. The press next to Karakh in the city of Baghdad will be established. A black wind will raise it at the beginning of the day, and then an earthquake will occur so that much of it will be swallowed up. Fear will cover the people of Iraq and Baghdad. Swift death will occur. There will be loss of property, lives, and harvest. Locusts will appear at their usual times, and times not usual, so they attack agricultural land and crops, and there will be little harvest for what people planted. 2 kinds of foreigners will dispute, and much blood will be shed in their quarrel. Slaves will rebel against obedience to their masters and kill their masters. A group of heretics, Ahl al-Biddah, will be transformed until they become monkeys and pigs. Slaves will conquer the land of their masters. A cry will come from the sky in such a way that all the people will hear it in their own languages. A face and chest will appear in the sky before the people in the center of the sun. The dead will arise from their graves so that they will return to the world, and they will recognize one another and visit one another. That will come to an end with 24 continuous rainstorms, and the land will be revived by them after being dead. It will recognize his blessings. After that, every disease will be taken away from those of the Shia of the Mahdi, peace be upon him, who believe in the truth. At that time, they will know of his reappearance in Makkah, and they will go to him to support him.
These signs are as the reports have mentioned. Among the total of these events are some which are bound to happen and others which are conditional. God knows best what will take place. We have only mentioned them on the basis of what is recounted in basic resources of tradition usul, because of their inclusion in traditions which have been handed down. From God we seek help, and Him we do ask for success.
Imam Mahdi Ajullah Ta'ala Farj Sharif's Dua.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Allahumma kulli waliyyi al-hujjat ibn al-Hasan salawatuka alayhi wa ala abai fi hadhihi as-sa'a wa fi kulli sa'a وليا وحافظا وقائدا وناصرا ودليلا وعينا حتى تسكنه أرزك طوعا وتمتعه فيها طويلا برحمتك يا أرحم الراحمين. محمد وآل محمد.
Thank you for watching. May Allah bless us all.
Inshallah.
Inshallah.